Hello, everyone. My name is Queen Tina, and I am the creator and the writer of my Bubblelina book series. And this is my novel, a bubbly beginning now. Okay, a Bubblelina novel one, titled "A Bubbly Beginning," written by me, Queen Tina. And what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm gonna read this entire book to its entirety. So So grab grab some snacks if you have any, and let's enjoy this book reading. And and before I read this book is mainly based on original the first four of my comic series, Bubbleina Comics issue 1 through 4, and I put all four issues in this one novel. It is the same, but I did a little bit of changes in the novel series. So I'm gonna start reading the book to its entirety. Okay, Chapter 1: Melissa Doris Robinson. Somewhere deep underwater lies a really young, beautiful mermaid who is a preteen of African American descent with really long black hair, a lavender seashell top, and a pink mermaid tail with lavender stripes on her tail fin. While swimming underwater, the lovely mermaid admires the beautiful sights of the sea, including wonderful sea animals and plants. As she swims deeper underwater, she notices she sees a young boy who is around 12 years old and also African American with curly hair. She notices that the young boy is unconscious. Then she saves the unconscious boy out of the water and into the surface. Just as she was getting close to the handsome boy and trying to kiss him, the alarm clock went off. It was a dream this entire time, and the girl woke up in a panic. When the girl looked at her pink seashell alarm clock, it was 7:30 in the morning, and she began to scream loudly. "Oh no! Oh no! I'm going to be late for school!" said the girl in a panic when she is looking for her items for school. "Where are my shoes? Where is my backpack? Oh no! I can't afford to be late again." The girl changes into her pink casual dress that her mom made and heads downstairs to the kitchen for breakfast. This girl who is getting ready for school is Melissa Doris Robinson. She's 11 years old and in the sixth grade at Carver Middle School. Although she's an above average student, she can be a little clumsy sometimes, as well as shy and a bit of a crybaby when things don't go her way. Her parents told Melissa that she was adopted when she was 8 years old, and it bothers her a little since they found her inside of a large seashell on the beach when she was a baby. They do not have any information at all about her biological parents or where did she really come from. But as time goes on, she still loved them as her actual parents, although it is unknown where her biological parents are at right now, or if they are still alive. Alive or not, one of these days, she hopes she'll get the answers she's looking for about her family history and possibly reunite with her biological parents. "Good morning, Mom," said Melissa. "Why didn't you wake me up?" "You're old enough to wake up on your own," said Melissa, muttered Carolyn. "This could have been avoided if you set your alarm clock at an earlier time to wake up last night. After all, you will become a teenager in the next 3 years. I've already made your breakfast of chocolate chip waffles with strawberries and a bowl of mixed berries on the side." "Can I just grab my waffles to go?" said Melissa as she grabbed the waffles out of her plate and ate it in a hurry. "I don't want to miss my class or Miss Morgan will be on my case." "Aren't you forgetting something?" said Carolyn when she grabbed her daughter's pink lunchbox with a picture of the little mermaid on it. Oh, I forgot my lunch, said Melissa as she heads out the door. Thank you. Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, sweetie. I love you, exclaimed Carolyn cheerfully. Love you too, Mom, said Melissa as she leaves the house, put the waffle in her mouth, and runs to school as fast as she could. While Melissa is still running to school, she ran past the mysterious woman who was wearing a trench coat, hiding her face behind a newspaper, and looking at Melissa like she possibly knows her. Could she possibly be the girl that I'm looking for after all these years? Said the mysterious woman in her mind as she is secretly observing Melissa. Melissa finally arrives to school, walks really fast in the hallway, and once the bell rings at 8 a.m., Melissa opens the door quietly and sneaks inside Miss Morgan's classroom. Melissa thought she was not going to get busted until one of her classmates, William Evans, who has a nerdy appearance with fade top black hair, large black framed eyeglasses, a brown and yellow plaid shirt, brown capri pants supported with red suspenders, white socks, and black saddle shoes. He saw Melissa approaching her desk and blurted out good morning to her. Good morning, Melissa, exclaimed William out loudly in a nasally, high pitched voice in front of the class, and Melissa felt embarrassed. As the entire class started laughing at Melissa, that caused a disruption. Miss Patricia Morgan, her homeroom and English teacher, was mad at Melissa for being late. Settle down, class! I said settle down, yelled Miss Morgan angrily while clapping her hands to the class, signaling them to be quiet. Melissa, this is the first time that you have been tardy. Miss Morgan, let me explain. Explained Melissa nervously. Save it. Just save it, said Miss Morgan as she tired of dealing with Melissa's tardiness. I'm going to let it slide this time with a warning. But if you are late one more time, that would be an automatic detention for 1 day. And if you're late the fifth time, that will be a full week of detention. And I'm just going to call your parents for a parent and teacher conference about your tardiness on top of that. Have I made myself clear? Yes, Miss Morgan. And I'm very sorry. I promise that I will never be tardy ever again, said Melissa sadly as she almost cried. Good. Now let's begin the lesson, said Miss Morgan as she wrote down her lesson plans on the whiteboard. Thanks a lot, William, whispered Melissa in an angry grin as she sits to her seat. You're welcome, whispered William loudly and giggling at the same time. Meanwhile, somewhere in the ocean, far, far, excuse me, hold on. I was so into it I coughed a little. Okay. Meanwhile, somewhere in the ocean, far, far away, lies a sea witch who is a mermaid with dark red hair and a black tail fin who is sassy, but always power hungry named Serena. Serena has a grudge with humans, as she is looking for at the humans from the surface world with her magic crystal ball, and talking to her main hen shark, Kusa, who is a vicious but somewhat simple-minded shark. Look at those pathetic humans, said Serena in disgust as she despises the humans. They make me so sick to my stomach that I want to destroy them all. I had everything I always wanted until it was taken away from me. Don't worry, my lady, said Kusa. I'm going to make you sure you're going to be back on top again. Thank you, Kusa, my best hen shark, said Serena as she looks at herself in the mirror. Then she made herself a beautiful red dress with her magic. Now tell me, does this red dress make me look fat? You look like $1,000,000 sand dollars, said Kusa nervously with a smile. I do look really good in bed, said Serena, admiring herself. Now, let's get to work. A few hours had passed, and Melissa and her friends, William and Nicole Wilson, who has red wavy hair, is plus size with freckles on her face, and wearing a green dress and shoes that matches her eyes, are enjoying their lunches in the school cafeteria. I can't believe I had an 80% B minus, said Melissa in disappointment when she shows her friends her English test. After all the hard studying I did the other night, and I even sacrificed watching Deep Sea Girl, my favorite superhero, so I could study, I deserve an A. My parents told me that if I got a B plus or better, they would take me to the beach for the weekend. Cheer up, said Nicole while patting Melissa in the back for comfort. It's not the end of the world. By the way you describe your parents, they sound easygoing. Sort of a down to earth vibe with them. I believe they will still take you to the beach. You just have to be optimistic. I studied hard too, and look what I got. Ta-da! Said William pridefully while showing them his paper that shows a 98% A on his test. This proves to show you that I am the best at everything I do. Way to show off your perfect score, William, said Melissa sarcastically. I don't think that 98% is a perfect score. 100% is a perfect score, genius. 98% or better is a perfect score for me, exclaimed William in angry. Exclaimed William in anger. That's 2 points away from a perfect score. And let me tell you something, I will not stand for this. Whoa, 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 exclaimed Nicole, calling William down. Now, William, you really need to calm down. You don't want to make a scene in front of everybody. While Melissa, Nicole, and William continues to eat their lunches, the most popular girl in school and Melissa's rival slash bully, Alicia Hightower, who has long black hair, enters the cafeteria wearing her purple dress with white leopard spots and white heel boots. Well, 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 if it isn't the loser squad, said Alicia, being all snobby while shaping an L harm for it with her right thumb and index finger. Melissa and Nicole sighed out of annoyance. What do you want this time, Alicia? Said Melissa in an angry tone. Oh, nothing, said Alicia pridefully. Except I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I just want to say that must be really depressing that you cannot make a perfect score like me. I was able to score a 95% A on my test. Well, well, I'm actually above average, thank you very much, said Melissa, getting riled up in anger. I don't want to know your test score, so buzz off or else. Or else what, loser? Said Alicia mockingly while Melissa stands up out of her seat and in an angry face growling at Alicia and putting her fist up like she's ready to fight her. Oh, am I supposed to be scared out of my mind, loser in pink? Now, girls, said William, getting up out of his seat to stop the argument between Melissa and Alicia. There's no need to start an argument over this. Let's just settle things in a civilized manner. Oh, how cute, said Alicia sarcastically. Your boyfriend tried to stand up to you. Then Alicia singing, William and Melissa sitting in a tree, Kissing, while Nicole and William holding Melissa back. Will you knock it off? Said Melissa, tearing up like she's going to cry at any moment while almost slapping her in the face. Let's just move away from her, said Nicole, trying to walk out of the situation. While Melissa and Alicia still arguing, a boy who was cute with black curly hair, attractive, has dreamy eyes, and the most popular boy in the seventh grade, Chris Mitchell, enters the cafeteria with his lunch and was in confusion and concern at what he saw in there. What's going on over here? Said Chris, looking concerned. Alicia's mood changes when she sees Chris that she sips over to him adorningly. Oh, nothing at all, Chris, said Alicia, pretending to be the good girl. I was just having a little fun with them, but I guess they were so upset with their test scores that they took it the wrong way. Especially Melissa. You know that she can be very sensitive. Melissa couldn't take dealing with Alicia anymore that she runs out of the cafeteria crying. Melissa, wait, said Nicole and William, catching up to her. Oh, I'm sure she'll be fine, said Alicia, walking close to Chris. So, anyway, Chris, do you want to have lunch with me? Um, maybe another time, said Chris, concerned about Melissa, and races out of the cafeteria. I'm going to see if Melissa's all right. This is my chance of having a lunch date with him, said Alicia, walking out of the cafeteria in disappointment. He should be more concerned about me, not Melissa. Then the bell rings for their lunchtime to end, and all the other students head to their next class. Chapter 2. A fun day at the beach with an unexpected surprise. Melissa walked home from school still crying after what happened to her at school today, from getting a warning by Miss Morgan for being late to class to being bullied by Alicia during lunchtime. Melissa stands in the front door of her house, wiping her tears out of her face and trying to pull herself together before coming in the house to say good afternoon to her parents. Just pretend to be happy in front of mom and dad and everything will be fine. Melissa fought to herself. Melissa opens the door, having a fake smile on her face, and Carolyn and Jonathan, Melissa's father, are both watching TV in the living room. Good afternoon, mom and dad, said Melissa as she tried to head upstairs. I need to go to my room right away so I can be ahead on my homework. I'll be done before dinner. Good afternoon, my little princess, said Jonathan cheerfully. What's the rush? We haven't had dinner yet, and you decided to study before dinner? We both want to know how was your day at school, sweetie, said Carolyn, looking concerned. You know that you can't study on an empty stomach. Dinner will be ready in 10 minutes. If you have something on your mind that is bothering you so much, said Jonathan, concerned about his daughter, feel free to talk to us. Home is your safe haven for relief from all the problems outside of the home. So, how was your day at school, sweetie? Said Carolyn cheerfully. Here goes nothing, Melissa thinks to herself. It was really good, said Melissa with a fake smile on her face. I got my test back today. Great, exclaimed Jonathan in excitement. You know we promised that if you scored higher than a B, we'll take you to the beach for the weekend. Now show us your paper, said Carolyn cheerfully. You might not like it, said Melissa nervously. We bet it's not that bad, said Jonathan. Whatever grade you have on your paper, we will always understand no matter the outcome. Okay, said Melissa nervously as she hands the paper to her mom, and they both look at it together. Wow, an 8% B minus, said Jonathan proudly. Melissa can't hide her true feelings anymore that she had to let out. I know you wanted me to bring home an A and you want me to be perfect, but I did my best and Carolyn interrupted. Melissa, we're not mad at you, and to be honest, nobody's perfect. We didn't say that we wanted you to be perfect in life, explained Jonathan, comforting Melissa. We just want you to do your best in life. The greatest thing about being human is that we learn from our mistakes, and we can use what we learn from our mistakes to help make our lives better. And you, Melissa, are our greatest example. You have to realize that we are not perfect. Jonathan continues as he emphasized perfect while he put his hands up with two of his fingers bending them up and down. Everything in this world has its flaws. but it's up to us as human beings to make the world a better place by learning and doing what is right for our lives. We still want you to always do your best, said Carolyn, sitting next to Melissa. And of all that studying you did a few nights ago, I know that you did your best. So, does that mean we are still going to the beach? Said Melissa. A B minus is still a good grade in my book. When you have done your best and work hard to earn that grade, said Jonathan as he gives Melissa a high five to cheer her up. The weather report stated that it might rain next week, and I would rather take that opportunity of going to the beach first thing tomorrow when the weather is still nice. Translation: We are going to the beach, said Carolyn happily. Melissa is happy that she jumps for joy. Yippee! Thank you, Mom and Dad. Then she hugs both of her parents. I love you both. Now I have to go upstairs to get my beach stuff ready for tomorrow. Before you go upstairs, said Jonathan, your mother cooked a wonderful dinner. I made restaurant quality grilled chicken Alfredo with broccoli, with some garlic bread and steamed carrots on the side, said Carolyn. I know you don't want to pass on that. I love grilled chicken Alfredo, said Melissa as she heads to the kitchen table for dinner. Carolyn and Jonathan are still in the living room looking at Melissa getting her dinner. That's our Melissa, said Carolyn. Positive as always. Amen to that, said Jonathan cheerfully. Then both Jonathan and Carolyn heads to the kitchen for dinner. It looks like I have the best parents a girl could ever ask for, thought Melissa while eating her dinner. The day was finally here when Melissa and her family are going to the beach. First, the family sat at a kitchen table, enjoying a family breakfast of buttermilk pancakes with butter and syrup, turkey bacon, and hash browns. I'm so excited to go to the Santa Monica Pier, said Melissa while eating her breakfast. The Santa Monica Pier also have a year-round carnival that is closer to the beach, said Jonathan while looking up the information about the Santa Monica Pier on his phone. I am looking forward to going inside of their gift shop to look at old antiques, said Carolyn happily. After enjoying a hearty breakfast, Melissa family packed their things to put in the car, left their cozy home in Pasadena for the day, and headed to the freeway to get to the Santa Monica Pier. When they arrived at the Santa Monica Pier, they started off their adventure by spending over 2 hours at the carnival, and the family rode on the tilt-a-whirl, the merry-go-round, bumper cars, the super slide, the Ferris wheel, and the roller coaster. After enjoying a good time at the carnival, they ate lunch at a burger restaurant near the pier called Seashore Burgers. After Melissa and her family ate lunch, they took a walk at the boardwalk to sell their food and enjoy the rest of their day lounging at the beach in their swimwear. Melissa wanted to go swimming in the ocean so bad that she asked her parents, would it be okay if I can swim in the ocean for a while? Said Melissa. Sure, as long as you stay where we can see you, said Jonathan. And don't wander off way too far in the ocean, sweetie, said Carolyn. I won't, Mom and Dad. I will be very careful to my surroundings, said Melissa as she runs toward the ocean and dives deep underwater. Melissa loves swimming underwater so much that it reminds her of her dream when she was swimming underwater as a mermaid while saving her middle school crush, Chris, from drowning. And Melissa was enjoying the wonderful sights underwater. Kusa the shark appeared scaring Melissa. Looks like I found some fresh meat, said Kusa while laughing. Melissa screams and bubbles coming out of her mouth in a panic. Come back here, you beautiful human. I just want to eat you, said Kusa, chasing Melissa. Melissa swims as fast as she could, but she is running out of energy. If I was a mermaid right now, I could swim really fast away from the vicious shark, thought Melissa in a panic, just as Melissa is trying to catch her breath. Her legs had turned into a pink, beautiful mermaid tail with turquoise stripe on her tail fin. Oh my goodness! Exclaimed Melissa in a state of shock. How did my legs turn to a mermaid tail just then? Is it just me, or am I able to breathe or talk underwater? Then Melissa went from a state of shock to excitement that she had turned into a mermaid out of nowhere. Now I have the ability to breathe and talk underwater, said Melissa. I know that I was dreaming of being a mermaid, but I thought it would be a silly fantasy. Now my fantasy of being a mermaid had turned into a reality. No time to talk to myself. I got to find myself a place to hide from that shark before I become fish food. Melissa's energy is back, and she is able to swim really fast with her mermaid tail. While Melissa is swimming for her life away from Kusa, she encounters a mysterious woman from the shadows. Come hide in my cave with me if you want to live, said the mysterious woman, and Melissa follows her. It's so dark in here I can't see, said Melissa, struggling in the dark until the mysterious woman turns on the light with her magic. Inside the mysterious woman's cave was miscellaneous treasures such as gold, rubies, diamonds, and jewels, and items such as books, paintings, silverware, and ceramic dishes that humans left behind that were considered valuable. She considered the treasures and items from humans her own by collecting them. Is this your home? It looks beautiful, said Melissa, amazed at what she sees while swimming gracefully in her mermaid tail. This place reminds me of a movie I saw called The Little Mermaid, where Ariel keeps her treasures in her special cave that she calls it her grotto. The mysterious woman appears out of the shadows, revealing her true identity. You have a mermaid tail too? Gasped Melissa when she points at her. You also have a glowing trident just like King Trident from The Little Mermaid. Who are you? This is going to sound so strange that it would be hard for you to believe and understand, said the mysterious woman in a calm tone. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Queen Narissa of Appalachia, and my sweet Bubblelina, you are my daughter. What? Yelled Melissa, looking confused and calling herself down. Bubble, what? Your daughter? Still in a state of shock, looking and meeting her long lost biological mother for the very first time, who turns out to be a mermaid like Melissa and a queen of the lost underwater city of Appalachia. Melissa has so many questions and a lot to process about why Queen Narissa gave Melissa up for adoption. Chapter 3: The Truth About Melissa's Past. Melissa is looking and feeling confused about her biological being a mermaid, as well as Melissa being a mermaid herself out of nowhere. Melissa still wants to know the truth about her past. I'm considered as your biological daughter is hard to believe, said Melissa, still confused and somewhat angry. As a matter of fact, I really find this hard to believe. By the way, my name is Melissa Doris Robinson, not Bubblelina, which is sort of a silly name to begin with. If you are my real mother, where have you been all this time? Why did you give me up for adoption? And why do I have a mermaid tail? Let me explained Queen Narissa to Melissa about her past. It all started 11 years ago, when Appalachia was an underwater city of peace and love. Your father, King Trenton, and I ruled the entire kingdom for ourselves. We were living in perfect harmony until the sea witch Serena wanted to destroy Appalachia in order to build a kingdom of her own and take all over all the oceans in the world. I wanted to stop Serena myself afterwards, but I wasn't able to fight because I was taking care of you as a taking care of you as a baby, and I babysat four infant daughters from the parents who are soldiers from your father's army. So your father defeated Serena with his loyal soldiers fighting beside him. This explains a lot, said Melissa. So my father, who was the king of Appalachia, defeated an evil sea witch named Serena? So I wonder, is my biological father still alive? Well, said Queen Nerissa, looking sad as that she wanted to cry. When your father and his soldiers attacked Serena and her minions, her magic was so powerful that your father and his soldiers had a hard time to defeat her. So, your father came up with an idea to trap Serena in an underground cave that is located in the middle of nowhere. He wants to battle Serena alone inside the cave, while his soldiers sealed it up with their magical tridents so she couldn't escape. Your father thought he could get out of the cave on his own by using the magical trident after the battle, but her magic was so powerful that she ended up killing him, then afterwards killing his entire army. A few moments later, Aqualacia is destroyed by Serena. I can't believe that my biological father is dead, said Melissa, crying. I didn't get a chance to see him or know him by person. I know that my father was a great king. Were there any other survivors besides you? During the destruction, said Queen Orissa, there were no living survivors, except you, the four infant daughters of the deceased soldiers from your father's army, and a few of Serena's followers. So, with all my magic, I scattered you and the four daughters of King Trenton's army into different places in the surface world so they could have a better life where they are being raised by loving, caring, and respectful human beings. While they are raised in the surface world, none of them have any knowledge or memories of Appalachia. I am the only one who still has memories of Appalachia and remains in the sea and remain in the sea. This cave that we are in right now is a part of what is left from Appalachia. Melissa asked Queen Nerissa a question concerning about why her own biological mother gave her up for adoption. Will you able to find the survivors of Appalachia and why did you give me up? Queen Nerissa continued. I really don't know where the survivors are, since they are just scattered into different parts of the world. But when that time comes, I'm going to find the four daughters of the soldiers who are worthy to save our world and restore Appalachia. As for you, in my heart, I wanted to keep you, but at the same time, I also wanted to do what is best for you. So, with the destruction going on in Appalachia, I chose to let you have a better life in the surface world, being raised by caring human beings filled with love and compassion. So I embraced and kissed you one last time, put you in a large seashell, encountered a loving human couple from a distance, and sent you floating across the beach where they found you. Did my adopted parents discover my mermaid tail at birth when I was a baby? Said Melissa out of curiosity. No, explained Queen Nerissa. You see, you are a mermaid at birth, but after being transferred to the surface world, your tail has turned into human legs, as well as the color of your hair from pink to black. Melissa is still processing what Queen Orissa is saying is true. I know, I know that I'm still processing this about you as my biological mother and being a mermaid and all. But how come my tail didn't pop up until now? Is it possible that I can't have my tail transformed back into human legs? Melissa's mermaid tail transforms back into her human legs in a quick second. That was quick. Queen Nerissa giggles and explains to Melissa. When that time came during your coming of age, you start to know your true identity. Your tail only pops up at will. That means you have control on whenever or not you want your tail to appear, wet or dry land. I also want to give you this. She hands Melissa a seashell. A seashell? Melissa, confused. Look inside, said Queen Orissa. It has a beautiful pink pearl inside. Cool, exclaimed Melissa. Pink is my favorite color. Queen Orissa gave Melissa a seashell that is no ordinary seashell. It's a magic seashell. This magic seashell can transform you into a person who protects all citizens, which human beings refer to as a superhero. Melissa finds this information hard to believe. Me, a superhero? This must be a joke. This is no joke, stated Queen Orissa. Aqualasia needs to be restored, and it's up to you to restore it and save the world from danger. You will be known as Bubblelina for your superhero identity. Raise your shell up and repeat after me. Magical bubble power. Melissa was feeling unsure of herself on whether or not she could do this, so she went on with it and raised her seashell up in the air. Okay, if that's what you want. Magical bubble power! After Melissa said the phrase, her transformation into a superhero takes place. The shell opens and the beautiful pearl inside the shell starts to glow and float, and then it flashes to the next scene and we get a beautiful pink background filled with bubbles. Her entire body begins to glow into a silhouette. Melissa's eyes were closed during transformation. Her turquoise boots made out of scales appear on her feet. Then her pink skirt and turquoise midriff made out of scales appear. Then her pearl earrings, her turquoise pink pearl tiara, and her turquoise pearl necklace with the letter B in pink on it appears. Her hair turns pink with a curly texture. And when she opens her eyes, they turn aqua green. Once her transformation was finished, she gave herself a heroic pose by bending her left arm and her left hand on her hip, raising her right arm and posed the peace sign on her right hand to her forehead while posing on a black background filled with bubbles underwater. Oh my goodness, said Bubblelina in shock when she sees herself in her superhero attire for the very first time. I can't believe I'm a superhero like Deep Sea Girl. I know that I have imagined myself as a hero, but I don't want to become one right away. Melissa then begins to hear people shouting for help from a distance with her supersonic hearing. Help, help, said a random voice from the surface. That sounded like trouble near the Santa Monica Pier, said Bubblelina that they needed her help right away. You know what you got to do, encouraged Queen Orissa to Bubblelina. But don't worry, I'll still be here around to guide you. Okay, said Bubblelina nervously while she rides on one of the dolphins ashore. Chapter 4, Bubblelina to the Rescue. Citizens at the Santa Monica Pier were swimming out of the ocean, running for their lives and crying for help, after Kuz is scaring them with his big sharp teeth and bulky body. Prepare yourselves, humans. All of you will be my next meal, and trust me, I have a really big appetite for fresh human meat, said Kuza, chomping his teeth together. Kuza was so close to eating all the humans were still underwater, all at once, until he sees Bubblelina slowly rising out of the water while standing on top of a dolphin. How dare you scaring and threatening human beings and trying to capture them as your food, said Bubblelina, confronting Kuza. This is so unacceptable. You need to start eating more fruits and vegetables and less meat. I am strong, but gentle. I am Bubblelina, protector of the sea and land. I don't care, said Kuza angrily as then she sees a schoolish flounder swimming around and turns all of them into vicious piranhas with his dark magic. Come, my vicious piranhas, attack her! Bubblelina transformed into a mermaid tail into her mermaid form to swim away from the piranhas as fast as she can. Oh my goodness, said Bubblelina, scared and confused. I have to be honest with you. I have never fought before, and I don't want to fight now. They should just leave this to the real heroes. Bubblelina swims away from the piranhas to the surface and was thinking about giving up until Queen Arissa watches Bubblelina behind a rock from a distance. Comes out of the rock and gives her a pep talk. You have to fight. You are Aqualasia's only hope, said Queen Narissa, motivating Bubblelina. I believe you, and I also have faith in you. All I want from you is that you need to start believing and having faith in yourself in order to stop Kuza. Bubblelina couldn't take the pressure anymore that she started to cry. I can't. I don't have any confidence. I'm just a preteen girl with my own problems. Just as she sobbed loudly, her cries are so loud that it causes the ocean to shake and Kuza's ears to hurt. What's wrong with you, girl? Said Kuza while covering his ears with his tail fin. Please stop this crying, you annoying pig-haired little brat. Queen Narissa couldn't take Bubblelina's crying anymore that she caused her to take her motherly role very seriously. Bubblelina! Yelled Queen Narissa. I know you are confused and upset. There's a time and place for everything, but this is not the time and place to cry. It's time for you to fight and prove yourself that you are strong, brave, worthy, and you can do anything that you put your mind to it. But Narissa, I can't do it, said Bubblelina, still crying. Enough, yelled Queen Narissa. Please calm down. I'm serious. Now raise your right hand and repeat after me. Super Bubble Barrage. Bubblelina finally calms down nervously and pulls herself together. Okay, Super Bubble Barrage, said Bubblelina heroically while raising her right hand. Her Super Bubble Barrage was so huge that it started to trap all the piranhas that they have a harder time escaping, and all the evil magic that was inside the piranhas clouded inside the huge bubble. Once the bubble has popped, all the piranhas had turned back into flounder and swam away quickly. Bubblelina tries to stop Kuzu with her Super Bubble Barrage, but it was too late. You can't destroy me, Bubblelina, said Kuza pridefully. I am unstoppable. You won't see the last of me. I'll get you next time, Bubblelina. Next time. Then he swims away. The whole crowd gathered at the Santa Monica Pier cheering for Bubblelina, and Bubblelina bows respect and waves to the citizens, then goes back underwater. Who's that girl? Said one of the mothers from the crowd who has her 6-year-old daughter with her. I don't know who she is, but I want to be like her when I grow up, said the little girl while holding her mother's right hand on her on her left and holding her mermaid doll with long red hair and green attire on her right. Kusa swim back into Serena's lair. Serena is so upset with Kusa that she slams her fist on the table really hard that the table broke in half. Kusa, you fool, said Serena in anger of his failure. You have failed me big time. You're supposed to destroy her, but you're busy summoning puny piranhas and letting them do the dirty work. Kusa explains to himself nervously to Serena. I was getting close to destroying her with the help of my piranhas while she's crying, but then she stopped crying and started using her bubble attack and Kusa explains to herself nerve. Kusa explains to himself nervously to Serena. I was getting close to destroying her with the help of my piranhas while she's still crying. But then she stopped crying and started using her bubble attack and I heard enough. Serena interrupted as she was tired of Kusa explaining the details. Maybe my next set of hen sharks will be better than you. Serena claps two of her hen sharks' attention. Chara, Coco. Chara is a female hen shark who is always Serena's right hen shark and somewhat of a sucker. Yes, my lady, said Chara, bowing to Serena. Coco is a hen shark that never talks, only laughs maniacally after someone ends their sentence. Serena gives her order to Chara and Coco. Get Bubblelina to destroy her, because I want her out of existence for good. So this entire ocean and the world will be mine. Whatever you say, my lady, said Chara, being to suck up to Serena while Coco laughs maniacally at her like hyena. Meanwhile, back in Queen Nerissa's cave, Queen Nerissa is very proud of Bubblelina proving herself worthy and defeating Kuza. I am so proud of you today, said Queen Nerissa proudly. I can't believe that I fought today, said Bubblelina excitedly. And I have bubble powers. This is the most happiest day of my life. Your bubble powers are not the only powers you have, said Queen Nerissa. I already mentioned that you can change into a mermaid at will. That means when you are in the water, you will still be in your human form, and you can only change into a mermaid if you really want to. You will also have other mermaid powers that you will discover in the future, and the super barrage attack is also one of them. Bubbly is still excited about being a mermaid superhero that she wants to tell her family and friends. I can't wait to tell my adopted parents and friends that I am a mermaid superhero. Bubblelina informs Queen Nerissa, you cannot tell your adopted parents, your friends, or anyone about your true identity of being a mermaid superhero. Your transformation conceals your true identity up to others, and you cannot tell anyone about me either. Okay, said Bubblelina in agreement to Queen Nerissa. I'm definitely keeping this a secret to my friends, but I want to tell my parents that I'm a mermaid, a superhero. My biological mother is still alive, since I am close to my adopted parents, and we have a special bond towards each other. I know, said Queen Nerissa, but it has to remain a secret until the time is right. But for right now, you are currently in training and you still have a lot to learn about being a mermaid superhero. Okay, said Bubblelina cheerfully, but there's something I wanted to say to you for a very long time ago. What's that? Questions Queen Nerissa. Bubblelina gives Bubblelina hugs and gives Queen Nerissa a small kiss on the head and says, I love you, Mom. I love you too, my sweet Bubblelina, said Queen Nerissa with a smile on her face. But you still but you will still have to remain but you still have to stay with your adopted parents in your human form. However, you don't have to worry because I will always be there for you. Okay, okay, but just call me Melissa in my human form, said Bubblelina as she's smiling. Said Bubblelina smiling as she waves goodbye to Queen Nerissa. Goodbye, Mom. Then she swims away to the surface and transforms back to Melissa. Goodbye, Melissa, said Queen Nerissa as she waved back to Melissa. Back at the beach, Carolyn and Jonathan were so worried about Melissa that she doesn't know where she wandered off to. Until they both see Melissa swimming to the beach. Carolyn and Jonathan were excited to see Melissa safe and sound. Mom, Dad, said Melissa, hugging both of her adopted parents. We were so worried about you that we thought you were missing, said Carolyn, crying tears of joy. Jonathan explains to Melissa what he saw earlier. While we were getting snacks at one of the booths, we saw a random shark attacking people. Then a young lady out of nowhere who was around your age with pink hair and some type of sequin attire finds some piranhas and turning them back into flounder. She looks she looks like the type of superhero that Southern California needs, since is a whole lot of trouble going on nowadays. Whoever she is a true hero, but I believe she is here to stay, said Melissa as she turns her head and winks her eyes toward the audience. Come on, ladies, let's go home, smiled Jonathan as the family headed to their car and uh, drove off the home to the it drove off home to the sunset. Melissa in her room still thinking about the day that she wrote all about him at her time at the beach in her diary. Dear diary, said Melissa in her mind while writing her diary, I had a weird but exciting day. I went to the Santa Monica Pier with my mom and dad. We spent our time at the carnival, had burgers for lunch, took a walk at the boardwalk, and hung at the beach. While I was in the water, A random talking shark still tried to attack me. I was still swimming for my dear life. I said to myself, I wish I was a mermaid right now. And my legs turned into a mermaid tail just out of nowhere. Then a woman took me in her cave and called me Bubblelina and reveals herself as being my real mother. My real mother is Queen Narissa of the underwater city of Appalachia, and she needed my help in order to restore Appalachia. So she gave me a magical seashell, and I transformed into a mermaid superhero. Then I fought the shark and some piranhas. I was scared at first. I was scared at first since it was my first time fighting. But my real mom gave me a pep talk and informed me that I had bubble powers to conquer the piranhas with. Too bad I missed the shark. I also told my real mom that I loved her and hugged and kissed her for the very first time. I wish that I could tell everyone, including my human mom and dad, that I am Bubblelina, but I can't wait until the time is right. My Bubblelina identity, as well as me being a real life mermaid, remains a secret for now. I can't believe that I am a mermaid, as well as a superhero. I need to close out this entry since it's getting late and I need to rest up for the day. Who knows what will happen next? Good night. Melissa was ready to call it a night as she locks up her diary, hides it in a special box in her closet, turns off her lamp, and falls asleep peacefully with a smile on her face. In her warm, cozy bed with a pink seashell shaped bed frame. On a rainy Sunday night, chapter 5, The New Students. On a rainy Sunday night, two fishermen on a boat were catching some fish, and things were smooth sailing for both of them until a major storm appeared, causing the waves of the ocean to be intense, so intense that their boat knocked over from the waves that caused the fishermen to drown. This might be the end for us, said George, the skinny fisherman with bulky arms and an eye patch on his right hand. Don't say that, said Fred, the chubby bearded fisherman with thinning hair that he covers it with his green hat. You have to think positive in a situation like this. Someone will rescue us. George and Fred were fighting for their lives and they thought they had no hope to be saved until Bubbling in a mermaid form comes to the rescue. Do you see what I see, Fred? Said George. It looks like it looks like I see a mermaid with pink hair, said Fred. Both George and Fred were signaling Bubbling by waving their hands and yelled for help. Bubbling sees the fishermen, saves them from the intense waves, and places them on a nearby beach. Thank you for saving us, says George in a sigh of relief. You are one brave little mermaid. Um, what's your name? You can call me Bubblelina, said Bubbly in a cheery mood as she swims back in the ocean and out of nowhere. The storm ceases, and the fishermen wave goodbye to her. I guess fishing on a stormy night was a bad idea, said Fred in realization. I guess we'll try some other day when it's sunny and dry. I totally agree with you, said George in agreement with Fred. Before we do that, we need to look at the weather reports before we go fishing. Let's just call it a night and go home. Our families could be worried about us. I know, especially my wife and son, said Fred as both fishermen leaving the beach head to their pickup trucks and drove home. After the fishermen went home, Bubbling and Hens aside to Queen Narissa's cave. This is one exhausting night, said Bubblelina, yawning. Now it's time for me to go home and rest up for school tomorrow morning. Bubblelina, I need to talk to you for a moment, said Queen Narissa. Sure, Mom, said Bubblelina, approaching to Queen Narissa. Bubblelina, I know that you already discovered your true form and known your true identity as a mermaid superhero, but you still need to be careful and aware of the dangers ahead of you, warned Queen Narissa to Bubblelina about the future. I already mentioned to you about Serena and she is still at large using her followers to destroy you. so she can rule you as new queen of Appalachia. You are still in training during the times when you are completely free. We have to use this time to go into training, so you'll become stronger in your fight skills, as well as more of your use, as well as more of your training when it comes to your powers. I know, but I already have a busy life with school, friends, and other things with my family, said Bubblelina as in her mind. She's not ready to give up her free time for training. I really don't know if I have time for training. Yeah, well, you have to make some time since Aqualacia leaves you. Like I said, you have to be ready for the dangers ahead of you, said Queen Orissa strongly. This is a very serious matter that cannot be taken lightly. Okay, okay, I'll work something out, said Bubblelina, still yawning and ready to call it a night. I'm tired and I really need to go home in order for me to rest up for school tomorrow. Good night, Mom. Bubblelina hugs and waves Queen Orissa and magically teleports herself home. Good night, Bubblelina. Stay safe and be careful, said Queen Orissa, waving back to Bubblelina. Meanwhile, at Serena's lair, Serena is mad at Kusa for not destroying Bubblelina that she lifted him by squeezing his chest with her bare hand. I am really disappointed in you for not stopping that bubbly brat, says Serena as she throws Kusa and lands on the wall like a rag doll. Please still give me another chance, said Kusa, trying and begging. I'll stop my charming lady at all costs. Believe me, I'll do anything that pleases you. Silence, you stupid shark, says Serena as she shocks Kusa with her power. You are so incompetent for a hen shark. Get out of my sight. Kusa covered his teary face with his fins, sobbing loudly while swimming away faster. Pathetic shark, says Serena to herself. Then she calls out to her two hen sharks. Char, Coco, come here. Yes, my lady. Char her. Okay. Coco laughs maniacally while bowing out to Serena with respect. I'm counting on you two to do a better job than Kuza stopping Bubbly and destroying her. Addressed Serena to Char and Koga as she shows a picture of Bubbly on her magic crystal ball to him. Yes, my lady, said Charles. We will do whatever it takes in order for you to take over the world. Indeed you shall, said Serena. Here's the plan. We must find out Bubblelina's true identity. How will we do that? Questioned Charles. Serena laughing all sins that she had something up in her sleeve as always. The next day at school, after an exhausting time in four of their classes, Nicole and Melissa heads to the cafeteria for lunch. Melissa was so big in a hurry for lunch because the cafeteria is serving slices of pizza, pepperoni and cheese pizzas for lunch. Pizza time, said Melissa as she eyeballing the pepperoni pizza, grabs her tray and takes a huge bite of her pizza. Then both Nicole and Melissa sits down to a table near the window. Have you ever heard the news of that superhero saved a bunch of people last weekend? Said Nicole as she heard the news from a reliable source. Yes, what about her? Said Melissa as she continues eating the pizza. She's an unknown superhero who is around our age, so stopped a shark and destroyed a bunch of piranhas, exclaimed Nicole as she pulled a picture of Bubbleina from a newspaper. Uh, our article. You know what'd be more cooler? What, a mermaid superhero? Joked Melissa. No, silly, having a plus size superhero, said Nicole proudly. Melissa is not fond of seeing a plus size superhero after what she has been exposed in the media. When I see superheroes in comics, TV, and movies, they are usually muscular and athletic, that they can do everything out of the ordinary. I cannot see a plus size superhero in the future. It's not a part of human nature. Nicole's defends Melissa's statement. It would be nice to have a plus size superhero for once. Since we have superheroes in different races, why not have superheroes in different body structures? laughing. I mean, imagine me as that pink haired superhero. Melissa imagined Nicole at Bubblelina in her pop bubble, and her reaction to that was unsettling. I get your point of having diversity when it comes to superheroes in different sizes, but we have to accept the world for what it is. I guess you have a point, said Nicole disappointed. While Melissa and Nicole still continue to eat their lunches, William runs toward Melissa and Nicole while holding his tablet computer up in the air. Nicole, Melissa, said William as he slips on a banana peel and falls off the floor on his back. William, said Melissa and Nicole as they both helped him up. Are you okay? Said Nicole, looking concerned. William grabs a chair and sits down. It's a good thing that my tablet computer is still in one piece. I was looking up for exciting ideas for the science club on my tablet until I stumbled up an article of an adorable superhero with curly pink hair who saved all the people from vicious sea creatures at the beach. Whoever she is beautiful, so beautiful that I want her to save me when I'm in trouble and to like me. Then William starts to have a fantasy of him without his glasses and yellow swim shorts with Bubblelina at the beach and have hearts in his eyes. Earth to William, said Melissa as she popped William on the head out of his fancy. And your dreams. I highly doubt she will go for anyone like you. I don't think she has the time with anyone right now. William starts to get suspicious on what Melissa has said. You're talking like you know her or something. No, no, I don't know her, said Melissa nervously. I heard her about I heard about her on the news, but I don't know her personally. Chris enters the cafeteria with his lunch and stops at the table where Melissa, Nicole, and William are sitting. Melissa has a fantasy of a shining light glowing Chris uh, uh, around Chris as he enters the cafeteria with his lunch. Hello, is it okay I can sit here? Said Chris. Melissa looks at Chris all dreamy eyed. Sure, you can sit wherever we want. You can sit with us whenever you want. Hey, Melissa, said Chris as he sits down next to Melissa. I was about to see that if you were all right the other day, but you ran out of the cafeteria so fast that I didn't know where you were at. I really do apologize about Alicia being mean to you the other day. That's okay, Chris, said Melissa. By the way, Alicia should be the one apologizing to me, not you, since you didn't have anything to do with insulting me. I really don't know why you hang out with Alicia anyway. Well, Chris tried to explain to himself why, until Alicia interrupts Chris. Yoo-hoo! Said Alicia in excitement when she sees Chris. Chris! Oh, Chris! Oh boy, look what the cat dragged in, said Nicole sarcastically as she is not pleased with Alicia. Alicia grabs Chris on his shoulder that starts to make him feel uncomfortable. Chris, what are you doing sitting at the loser table with Melissa and her crew? This comment from Alicia made Melissa angry. We are not losers. You owe me an apology, and after you apologize to me, why don't you leave us alone? I'm not here to apologize to you, said Alicia with a snobby attitude to Melissa. Then her mood has changed into a goody two shoes girl when she's near Chris. I'm just here to be with Chris. Oh, Chris, let's go to another table so we can enjoy each other's company alone. Chris is starting to get annoyed that he has enough of Alicia that he yells firmly to her. Alicia! Alicia looks at Chris in a state of shock after he yelled at her. I had enough of you picking at Melissa, and I'm sitting with Melissa and her friend, continued Chris in a firm tone. In order for me to be with your friend, Alicia, you have to apologize to Melissa for the other day and be nice to her and Melissa's friends at all times. Okay, Chris, said Alicia, pretending to be nice. I am very sorry for being mean to you. Melissa, and we'll be the best of friends. Alicia thinks to herself, I'm just going to play the nice girl out in front of Chris. But I'm still not going to be friends with Melissa and her loser crew. Apology accepted, said Melissa as she also pretended to be nice to Alicia. Then she thinks to herself, I hope that she is true with what she said. I still don't trust her. There are two new students who look like rock stars out of nowhere, looking around every student they see all around the cafeteria. One student who is female with has long frizzy red hair, a gray tank top shirt with a skull head on it, burgundy pants and black shorts. The other student who is a male that has long hair that is shoulder length with bangs that covers both his eyes. Gray hair, t-shirt, burgundy vest, black pants, and brown shoes. Melissa is always welcoming when she sees new people. Hello there, said Melissa, inviting the new students to sit at her table. Come sit with us. Are you talking to both of us? Said the female new student nervously. Yes, said Melissa cheerfully. We always welcome new faces to come sit at our table. Sure, said the female student. So, what are your names? Said Nicole. Well, said a new female student, looking confused as she thought of a random name on the spot. My name is Charlene. Charlene. Then she looked all over the cafeteria until she randomly looks at a black stapler that a student left behind on the table. Stapleton. Then she introduced the male student. And this is my brother, Charles Stapleton. And you see that he doesn't talk much. He's more on the quiet but cool side. It's good to have you two, Charlie and Charles, exclaimed Melissa. I have a grandmother named Charlene, said William as he is getting to know them. Where do you come from? Melissa, Nicole, Chris, Alicia, Charlene, and Charles were looking at William all confused when he mentioned about his grandmother. Na- mentioned when he mentioned about his grandmother's name is also Charlene. Charlene thinks Charlene thinks of a place when she sees an open magazine of a picture of the San Francisco Bridge on an empty table. Well, we're originally from San Francisco, said Charlene. I have aunts and uncles from San Francisco, and it's a wonderful place to visit since I visited them during my Christmas vacation one time, said Nicole. Chris looked at his watch for the time. I'd like to hang with you guys longer, but I have to get ready for basketball practice. Then he exits the cafeteria. Alicia then follows him. Wait for me, Chris. I want to come watch you practice. Since we're new in town, said Charlene, don't you mind showing us around at Pasadena so we can get to know you more after school? Well, sure, exclaimed Melissa as she started to have a conversation with Charlene. And this movie shop that I like to go to that serves the best chocolate smoothies. And Charlene thinks to herself, hmm, I wonder if Melissa's the girl I'm looking for. If then, if she is, then Serena will be pleased. Would Charles be interested in this movie too? Charles shakes his head is sideways, meaning that he is not interested. I guess it's just me and Charlene having the chocolate strawberry smoothie fiesta, exclaimed Melissa as she was looking forward hanging out with Charlene after school. Chapter 6. Charlene's True Identity. Melissa shows the new girl that she just met at school today, Charlene, the different sites of downtown Pasadena. That includes the historic Pasadena City Hall, the main Pasadena Public Library. After Melissa giving Charlene a pedestrian tour of downtown Pasadena, they are enjoying their chocolate strawberry smoothies outside the West Coast movie together. Wow, this is the best chocolate strawberry smoothie that I ever tasted, said Charlene after she took up her first sip of the smoothie. So, have you ever heard of the superhero called Bubblelina? Well, yes, I do from different news reports, said Melissa, still keeping her Bubblelina identity a secret from Charlene. I heard that she saved some people from a mean shark and a vicious piranhas at the Santa Monica Pier last weekend. She's amazing. Do you know who Bubblelina's true identity is? Said Charlene, trying to see if Melissa knows. I really hope she's not a spy or one of Serena's followers, said Melissa in her mind, and she said to Charlene nervously, no, I really don't know who Bubblelina is, and I don't think that she's the type of person who reveals her true identity to the public since all superheroes have secret identities. Hello, everybody, said Nicole and William, walking towards Melissa and Charlene. Nicole and William, what are you doing here? Said Melissa, confused. We just left the library and walked around the city until we saw you guys, said Nicole. Why don't you join us for some smoothies? Said Melissa cheerfully. That will be wonderful, exclaimed William. Then he looked across the street and noticed that something's not right. Is it my imagination, or is that shark on dry land walking like a human with his tail and attacking some people? Oh my gosh, exclaimed Melissa. They see Coco the shark attacking and scaring some people with his vicious shark army at the Paseo, Colorado shopping center, and everybody at the shopping center are screaming loudly and running for their lives. While the people are running for their lives, a teenage boy decides to film the incident with his phone. I can't wait to show this video to my friends on my social media pages, said the teenage boy. Just as the teenage boy is capturing all the footage of the anthropomorphic sharks invading the shopping center, Coco appears on the screen laughing maniacally and scaring the teenage boy. The teenage boy screams, ah! Drops his phone and runs for his dear life. Everybody was in great danger, thought Melissa. I must transform into Bubblelina, but I can't do that with my friends around. Melissa is still feeling anxious on what she's going to do until suddenly a magical misty fog appears behind an abandoned restaurant. Then, out of the fog, a mysterious woman appears who looks similar to Melissa, but as an adult. Her hair is dark brown and curly and wearing sunglasses to cover her eyes. She is also wearing a dark pink t-shirt with blue jeans and white walking shoes. Melissa, come here, said a mysterious woman, guiding her to an abandoned restaurant away from the public. Okay, questioned Melissa, looking confused. Do you know who I am? Said the mysterious woman. No, but my parents told me never to talk to strangers. Melissa gets all excited. Wow, really? You look beautiful. You have dark brown hair like me, but your eyes are darker colored than mine. Melissa continues to ramble. The way you look can pass on as my older sister that I never had. Maybe we should. Queen Narissa interrupts Melissa and being serious about the situation. I appreciate the compliments, Melissa, but we don't have the time to have a conversation between us. Just to avoid the confusion between me and your adopted mother, you can call me Narissa just like you call Melissa in your human form. Okay, Narissa, said Melissa. Why are you here? Two of Serena's followers disguise themselves as students in your school in order to find out your identity as Bubblelina and to destroy you, said Queen Narissa. I find that hard to believe, said Melissa. I was in the middle of enjoying a smoothie with my friends. Melissa knows that Charlene disappeared. Hey, where's Charlene? Coco captured Charlene. Help, help, somebody save me, said Charlene in a panic. Nicole and William, in a public state, hides under control table on the patio at a fancy restaurant for his safety. Melissa, you must transform yourself into Bubblelina, said Narissa. Okay, said Melissa as she goes into a secluded area to transform. Magical bubble power! Then she transforms into Bubblelina. Charlene is still captured by Coco, and Coco is pulling Charlene by both her arms. Hey, funny looking shark, let the girl go. Hey, funny looking shark, let the girl go, yelled Bubblelina. How dare you attacking innocent citizens while enjoying a nice afternoon around the city, including us girls when we go out enjoying our smoothies. I am strong, but gentle, bubbling, a protector of the sea and land. Bubblelina, said Charlene as her mood started to change and laughed evilly. What's so funny? Questioned Bubblelina as she is looking Charlene suspiciously. Just as Charlene continues to laugh evilly, she transforms herself into Chara the shark. I am Chara, one of Serena's hen sharks, and me and my assistant Coco are here to destroy you. Chara then gathers all the sharks. Come on, my sharks, get her. All of the sharks gather around, capturing Bubblelina by grabbing her body. Bubblelina tries to pull herself together from the pile of sharks, but she is still struggling to escape. I must get out of a situation to stop Chara and Coco. Chara approaches to Bubblelina holding back a black diamond wand and pointing near her face. So, Bubblelina, any last words? Bubblelina sadly cheering up, says her life is in danger. I just wanted to say to my family that I love them, as I ask for my friends that we are still be best friends forever at the bottom of my heart. Chara raises her wand as it begins to glow and shoots the wand at Bubblelina, and out of nowhere, William comes out of hiding, pushes Chara. Her wand comes out of her hand. Nicole catches the wand, breaks it in half, and the aura of the dark magic from the wand disappears into the sky. No! Reacted Chara when she saw her wand destroyed. Now look what you've done, you fool! The sharks are distracted by what they saw Bubblelina to tends to capture tends to escape from the sharks. Nobody messes with Bubblelina and gets away with it, said William, being all tough. If you want to stop her, you have to mess with me. And me, said Nicole, also being touched. Thank you, my brave citizens, said Bubblelina, showing appreciation to what William and Nicole. But I can take them from here. You will be stopped if this is the last thing I do. Super Bubble Barrage. Bubblelina uses her Super Bubble Barrage against the shark. The sharks are running for their dear life until it's too late and they all magically disappear. Chara is mad at Bubblelina for destroying her shark army, and she wants to fight her one on one. Oh, that's it, you're officially mine. Just as is trying to punch Bubblelina, just as Chara is trying to punch Bubblelina in the face, she hears a voice and it was Serena calling her. Chara and Coco, get back to my lair, says Serena's voice. You haven't seen the last of us, and this is not over, said Chara. Both Chara and Coco are teleported by Serena. Bubblelina approaches to Nicole and William while they are near a water fountain in the shopping center. I want to say thank you for saving me, said Bubblelina, appreciating Nicole and William for the true identity. I mean, for their true, for their bravery. You are the bravest citizens I ever encountered. No problems. No problem, said William, as he blushed in the Bubblelina's presence. It's my actual pleasure. You can save me anytime. We're always help. We're always here to help when you need a hand, said Nicole as she saves Bubblelina's hand. Thank you, said Bubblelina happily as she skips away joyfully. Meanwhile, back at Serena's lair, Serena wasn't happy at Chara and Coco's failure capturing Bubblelina that she throws random stuff at Chara and Coco, while Chara and Coco are covering their heads. Chara, said Serena angrily, I told you to find out Bubblelina's true identity, not hanging out and being friends with incompetent humans. You were on a very important mission and you failed miserably. Listen, I can explain, said Chara nervously. There's this one girl who knows about Bubblelina, but I don't know if she is Bubblelina. Silence, says Serena, still not putting up for their failure. I don't want to hear your lousy explanations. I gave you both a specific task, just one specific task, and both of you failed. Get out of my sight. But Serena said nervously. Now, yells Serena. Chara and Coco swim quickly away while Serena sits on her throne, thinking of her next plan. First, Kuza failed. Then Chara and Coco failed. Now who's going to destroy Bubblelina now? Maybe I would, Master, said Don't Fill in the shadows with their eyes glowing red. Meanwhile, meanwhile, in a secluded area, away from the shopping center, Bubblelina transformed back into Melissa, and Nerissa approached her. "You have done a great job today, Melissa," said Nerissa, praising her. "Thank you," said Melissa proudly. "I can't believe that Charles was one of Serena's followers this whole time, and I think Charles was possibly Coco. He was constantly laughing and didn't speak for some reason. It's a good thing that Nicole and William helped me out and stopping Chara and Coco from crashing the city." "You haven't told Nicole and William your secret identity, haven't you?" Have you?" concerned Nerissa. "No, but I need to get back with my friends before they worry," said Melissa. "Okay, see you later," said Nerissa, waving bye to Melissa. "Bye," said Melissa as she headed back to the shopping center with Nicole and William. "You guessed what we saw today," exclaimed William in excitement. "Let me guess, Bubblelina fighting bad guys?" said Melissa, acting like she doesn't know what was going on to protect her Bubblelina identity. "Yes," exclaimed Nicole. "There were some sharks out in the water scaring people, and there is one shark with a strange wand trying to stop Bubblelina. That's when I took matters into my own hands and stopped the lead shark," continued William. "Then Bubblelina used her finishing attack to destroy all the sharks, and all of them disappeared." "I'd also help," said Nicole. "I really wish that you were here to see all the action. By the way, where were you?" "I kind of lost sight of you in that unexpected fog," said Melissa. "It sounded like Bubblelina turned out to be one excellent superhero, and judging by you two, it seems like she's not the only one." "You really think so? Despite the fact plus size superheroes isn't common?" said Nicole proudly. "Let's just say after today that might possibly change," said Melissa. "Sounds good to me," said William. A hero is no hero no matter what background they come from. Anybody can be a hero." "Thank you," said Nicole, smiling. Melissa, Nicole, and William continued to talk about what happened today while walking home in the sunset. Hmm, I see some hearts popping up. Okay. Thank you for anyone who viewed my live stream with the heart popping up. I truly appreciate it. Okay, we're almost done. Just four more chapters. Chapter 7, A Typical Day at School. Melissa, Nicole, and William are in Mr. Peter Bradley's science class, learning about marine life. Nicole and William are taking notes on Mr. Bradley's lecture, while Melissa is in her own little world, thinking what has happened to her lately when she became Bubblelina. "First, I was attacked by a shark named Kuzu with from vicious piranhas," thought Melissa. "Then I was attacked by some more sharks who led my so-called friend Charlene, who turned out to be Shara, one of Serena's minions. What's next?" "Melissa, Melissa," answered Mr. Bradley, trying to get Melissa's attention. "What?" said Melissa, going back to reality. Is there everything all right with you, Melissa?" said Mr. Bradley, concerned. "Everything is A-okay," said Melissa, giving Mr. Bradley a thumbs up. "Okay, Melissa, please pay attention," said Mr. Bradley while going back to his lesson on the whiteboard. "And this is how octopuses lay their eggs. Don't forget, class, tomorrow's is a special field trip to Long Beach Aquarium, and everyone has already handed their permission slips." As Mr. Bradley is still trying to continue, the bell rings. "Class dismissed," said Mr. Bradley as the entire class exits his classroom and heads to the hallway to walk through their classes. "I am so excited about the Long Beach Aquarium," exclaimed William while he did a small jump out of excitement. "This trip is going to be awesome. I have so many questions I want to ask about ocean life. I'm excited too, said Nicole in a good mood. I love seeing the different sea creatures swimming around in their beautiful tanks. Are you excited about the field trip, Melissa? Melissa? Melissa becomes distracted as she watches Chris across the hall and imagines herself and Chris walking at the beach at watching the sunset. Your beauty is like a mermaid watching the sunset or waiting for her true love, said Chris in the fantasy. Sunset, sunsets, sunsets are more enjoyable with you around me, said Melissa in the fantasy. Just as Melissa and Chris are getting closer and closer during the fantasy, Nicole interrupts her fantasy as she is trying to get Melissa's attention. Earth to Melissa, said Nicole, waving her hand around Melissa's face. Did you say something, Nicole? Said Melissa. I was a little distracted. I was talking about our field trip to the aquarium this Friday, said Nicole. Are you excited about the field trip, Melissa? Just as Melissa responds, she hears a ringing sound that she is mistaken for her transformation shell. Hold on a second, said Melissa as she looked through her backpack but can't find her transformation shell and panicked in her mind. Oh no, where's my transformation shell? Thought Melissa in her mind. Then she realizes that the ringing is from her student's phone. It's from a student's phone nearby. The student, the student Melissa sees across the hall, answers her phone. Hello, said the student. What time would you go to the movies? Then the student walks away while talking on the phone. Are you okay? Said William, concerned about Melissa's behavior. I noticed you've not been acting yourself lately. He's right, said Nicole suspiciously. I hate to pry, but there's something wrong with you, Melissa? No, no, nothing's wrong at all, said Melissa nervously in a sensitive tone. Everything's fine, just fine. You guys can be way too suspicious and sometimes too nosy. I'm sorry, we didn't mean to come at you like that, said Nicole, concerned. We're just a little concerned about you, and I'm sorry. Melissa takes a deep breath. I know, I know. I just don't like people being on my case. Okay, but if there's something going on, you can always tell us, said Nicole, supporting Melissa. Okay, said Melissa, then she thinks to herself, I need to stop acting strange in front of my friends. It's really difficult when you have to be a middle school student, a mermaid princess, and a superhero all at the same time. Once Melissa got home, she read a text on her phone from her parents, letting her know that they are at Foodtopia getting their groceries. Melissa headed upstairs and her transformation shell rings from the bottom of her backpack. She went to her room, opened up her shell, and revealed a holographic image of Narissa coming up from her pearl. Narissa, said Melissa, speaking to her from her transformation pearl. Hey Melissa, how was your day at school? Said Narissa from her transformation shell. School was good, said Melissa. Mr. Bradley is taking us up on a field trip to the Long Beach Aquarium this Friday. That's good, sweetie, said Narissa. I hope you pay close attention because what you learn can be very useful. Also, you should be very watchful just in case Serena starts any trouble, especially during your trip. Okay, but I highly doubt there will be any trouble at the aquarium, said Melissa. I have a lot of homework to do. See you later, Narissa. Bye, sweetie, said Narissa. And Melissa closes her transformation shell as she sits at her desk to start her homework. Meanwhile, at the Long Beach Aquarium, one of Serena's followers, who is half human, a half octopus villain named Octera, comes inside with her dark scepter that's shaped like an electric eel, with glowing eyes and using it to obsess on one of the sea creatures inside of the aquarium. Octera looks at the giant squid. No, said Octera. Then she looks at a jellyfish. No. Then she looks at a hammerhead shark. Possibly later. Oh, that's more like it. Octera looks at the world's largest octopus sleeping in a giant tank. She starts waving her glowing scepter on the octopus while the octopus is sleeping, and its eyes start to glow red as it wakes up. Then Octarius starts to laugh evilly. Chapter 8: Disastrous Field Trip. Everybody from Mr. Bradley's science class got off the bus and headed to the Long Beach Aquarium, and they all gathered outside the entrance to hear Mr. Bradley discussing some rules before heading inside the aquarium. This is the Long Beach Aquarium, and I want you to still pay close attention and have a good time looking and learning about aquatic life, said Mr. Bradley. Before we get started, here are some rules. We must all stay together. No wandering off, and no horseplaying in the aquarium. No eating and drinking. Can we just get on with the trip? I already know most of these rules, said Melissa, frustrated while she looks around and notices Chris. Then she see Chris next to his classmates. She started to blush with hearts in her eyes. Then she thought to herself, "This is my dream come true. I really hope that I get a chance to talk with him before this trip is over." Then her mindset changed when she sees Alicia with her classmates. "Oh, look, it's Miss Prissy Pants. I hope that she doesn't go near Chris. Then there are times I just want to." Then Mr. Bradley interrupted Melissa's train of thought. "Melissa," questioned Mr. Bradley. "What?" questioned Melissa in a confused state. "Are you paying attention to what I'm saying?" said Mr. Bradley in a firm tone. "Yes, Mr. Bradley," said Melissa in a nervous state. As Mr. Bradley's getting his class settled before entering the aquarium, we see Altera in her disguise coming out of the aquarium. She has long black hair, brown eyes, wearing a white shirt underneath her matching navy blue jacket and skirt. She is also wearing black heels. She walks toward Mr. Bradley's class. "Why, hello there," said Mr. Bradley when she speaks to her. "You must be aquarium's tour guide." "My name is Miss Octavia Warner," said Octara in her human disguise. "Okay, class," answered Mr. Bradley, getting his class's attention. "This is Miss Warner, and she is our tour guide for today." "Okay, Mr. Bradley's class, are you ready to go inside?" exclaimed Miss Warner. "Yes, yes," cheered the entire class. "Let's go follow Miss Warner," exclaimed Mr. Bradley cheerfully. "Everybody can just call me Miss Octavia," said Miss Warner cheerfully as she welcomed the entire class inside the aquarium. "Okay, class, follow me." When Mr. Bradley's class stepped inside the aquarium, there were tanks filled with various sea creatures like lifelike sculpture of whales, dolphins, sharks, and other large sea creatures. Information about the different sea creatures posted on the walls inside. An adventure area for the kids to play and learn at the same time, and a gift shop. After Mr. Bradley's class saw all the sights as well as hearing the sounds of the ocean from the intercoms in the museum, Miss Warner took them to the exhibit. Miss Warner took them to the octopus exhibit. "Okay, everybody, settle down," said Miss Warner. "This is the Long Beach Aquarium's most talked about octopus exhibit." While Mr. Bradley's class gathered around Miss Warner in the octopus exhibit, Melissa sees Chris with his class near the whale exhibit. Melissa was so goggle-eyed when she sees Chris that she wants to be close to him. "Hey, Nicole," whispered Melissa. "I'm going to talk to Chris." "Melissa," whispered Nicole, "did you hear what Mr. Bradley said? I don't want you to get into trouble." "It will only take a few minutes," whispered Melissa. "Your job is to distract Mr. Bradley so he doesn't know, and please don't tell William that I wandered off. Says he's not good at keeping secrets." "Okay, I will," whispered Nicole. "Just be careful." Melissa looks back and forth at her surroundings. Then she quietly sneaks away from her class in order to talk to Chris. Chris' class walked to the next exhibit. Chris tended to join the rest of his class until Melissa calls his name. "Hey, Chris!" exclaimed Melissa. "Oh, hey, Melissa," said Chris. "How do you like the aquarium so far?" It's great, exclaimed Melissa. They have amazing sights that you feel like you're underwater, enjoying the wonders and imagination of it. Indeed, said Chris. Since you're here, would you like to take a selfie with me? Sure, exclaimed Melissa as she jumped from excitement. Melissa and Chris stand next to a beautiful painted mural of sea creatures with a beautiful mermaid next to all of them. Chris grabs his blue phone and they both take a picture together next to the mural. Okay, Melissa, say cheese. Chris smiling. Cheese, say Melissa and Chris together. As Chris was about to press the shutter button on his phone to take the picture, Alicia enters out of nowhere, photobombs their picture by standing with them, and Chris accidentally takes the picture. Hello, Melissa and my Chrissy Poo, exclaimed Alicia as she pushes Melissa to the side and grabs Chris by the arm. Chris stands to try to get away from Alicia. Alicia, please don't call me Chrissy Poo. It's embarrassing, said Chris, being annoyed by Alicia. Then Melissa intervened. Excuse me, Alicia, said Melissa angrily. Chris and I are taking a selfie together. I'm so sorry, Melissa, but I can't at least see what our selfie looks like, said Alicia, pretending to be nice in front of Chris. Then Chris shows Alicia and Melissa the picture they took together. That's not bad, but Melissa has a bit of constructive criticism. I have to say that this picture of you with Chris and make your face look huge. Then Melissa started to get really angry after hearing Alicia's remarks. Oh yeah, said Melissa. Well, this picture also makes your hair look like a hot mess, and you need to lay off this. And you need to lay off the cosmetics. Too much of it will make you look like a witch. Why you? Alicia as she and Melissa give each other angry stares, and sparks of anger appears in the middle of their foreheads. Then Chris interrupts their confrontation. Alicia, Melissa, interrupted Chris, I think we need to get back with our classmates. I see the both of you later. Okay then, bye, Chrissy Poo, exclaimed Alicia as she ran back to her class. Chris started to get annoyed with Alicia's remark that he sighed in frustration behind Alicia's back. Then Melissa had to go back to her class to the octopus exhibit. I guess I'll see you later, Chris. I guess I'll see you later, Chris, said Melissa as she waves to Chris. See you later, Melissa, said Chris. Melissa went back to her class and no one knows that she walked off, except for Nicole since she was busy distracting William and minding her own business at the same time. Miss Warner shows Mr. Bradley's class the world's largest octopus. Right here, everyone, said Miss Warner. This is the world's largest octopus, and his name is Hercules, because of his giant stature and stronger tentacles. This octopus weighs an enormous 1,000 pounds and measures 50 feet across in length. As Miss Warner continues to speak about Hercules the octopus, William was amazed and excited that he wants to take a photo of Hercules, and the octopus was his first. Hercules the octopus was his first known tablet. Oh boy! Exclaimed William. That's one giant octopus. I must take a picture of it and put it into my photo collection for the science club. Then he takes his picture out of his backpack. Okay, Mr. Enormous Octopus, say cheese. William, informs Nicole. There's a sign that stated no flash photography. It says octopus is sensitive to flashing lights. William was so excited that he didn't listen to what Nicole had said. William takes the picture from his tablet. The flash from his tablet hits Hercules' eyes. Then Hercules' eyes start to glow red in anger and begins to grow from Octera's spell. Then Hercules starts to roar and detect students from his vision. His visions get closer to Melissa, but due to his raging anger, he detects Nicole, instead breaks out of his tank, grabs Nicole instead, escapes out of the aquarium, and heads to the Pacific Ocean. Help, help, yelled Nicole as he screamed for her dear life. Nicole, yelled William. No! Chapter 9. Help! Nicole's in trouble. After William yelled out for Nicole after what he had witnessed when she's been captured by Hercules the octopus under an evil spell, everyone in the museum started to panic and ran out for their dear life. Mr. Bradley tries his best to calm his class down. Everybody remain calm and stay with me at all times, said Mr. Bradley firmly. William starts to feel guilty that he felt responsible for not listening to Nicole's warning about not taking pictures of the octopus that caused her to be in danger. I need to save Nicole, said William, breathing heavily. This is all my fault that Nicole's in danger. I should have listened to her. I got so excited about the octopus that I had to take a picture for my science club. I will do anything in my power to save her. William, this is not your fault, and I'm not mad at you for taking a picture of the octopus, said Mr. Bradley, calming William down. Right now, we are in a critical situation, and we have to let the professionals handle it. But Nicole's in serious danger, said William, crying in a panic. I really don't know what's going to happen to her. William Evans, said Mr. Bradley firmly, looking at William in a serious tone. I know you really feel. I know how you really feel, and I get it. I I get it that Nicole's in danger, but you have to stay with me and the rest of your class for safety. I believe someone else who is brave and heroic will say, Nicole, everything's under control. You just got to have faith. Okay, Mr. Bradley, said William while taking a deep breath. Good, said Mr. Bradley. Mr. Bradley exited his class outside the museum to a safer area. Then Octavia exits out of the museum and heads to the ocean. Melissa starts to notice that her seashell is going from her backpack. Melissa tries to find a way to answer her seashell. While Mr. Bradley's class are distracted, Melissa sneaks out of her class with no one noticing, heads to a disclosed area to open her shell, and a hologram of Nerissa appears. What is it, Nerissa? Said Melissa after opening her shell. While I was out patrolling the ocean, I saw a giant octopus who was under an evil spell, captured a young lady and is heading out to the beach, said Nerissa, informed Melissa. It must be Nicole, said Melissa. I must save her. This evil aura around the octopus is Serena's, and I sense another one of her followers in the mist, said Nerissa. Please be careful. Okay, said Melissa while raising her seashell to become Bubblelina. Magical bubble power. Then she transforms into Bubblelina. Meanwhile, under the Pacific Ocean, Octavia is still in her human form, is with the octopus, while Octavia looks away from the octopus, thinking to herself. Hercules squeezes Nicole really hard that made her face turn blue out of suffocation. Nicole tries her hardest to fight for her life, but the hard squeezing from the octopus starts to take a toll on her, and she loses consciousness. I don't think that I'm going to make it out alive, thought Nicole in her unconscious state. Octavia looks at Nicole, thinking that she got Bubblelina. It looks like I got that brat who's supposed to be Bubblelina, exclaimed Octavia. Stop right there, said Bubblelina, hiding in the shadow. Huh? Who said that? Said Octavia. Bubblelina then comes out of the shadows to show herself in front of Octavia. How dare you ruin a perfectly good field trip when everyone's having such a good time, until you decide to put an innocent octopus under an evil spell in order for him to grab an innocent student for Serena's possession. I will not let you get away from this, for I am Bubblelina, protector of the sea and land. Wait a minute. You're Bubblelina? Said Octavia, confused. In the flesh, so who are you? Questioned Bubblelina. Octavia transforms back into her true form as Octera. I am Octera, and if you are Bubblelina, then my octopus captured a normal girl. In that case, said Bubblelina, I demand you to get this octopus out of your spell and let the citizen go, or you'll have to deal with me. Oh, how sweet, said Octera sarcastically. The cute little bubble girl's trying to stop me. Then she calls out the octopus to attack Bubblelina. My octopus servant, get her! Bubblelina screams and swims really fast for her dear life. Then the octopus swims so fast to get Bubblelina that he accidentally let go of Nicole. Narissa comes to the scene, swims as fast as she can to save Nicole from being way down in the sea and took her to a nearby hospital. The octopus grabbed Bubblelina really hard and she officially captured. Now you are trapped with no escape, said Octera proudly. I know Serena will be so proud of me once I show you to her. Then she laughed evilly. Bubblelina is thinking about how to escape from the octopus without hurting him. I wish that I could use my super bubble barrage on the octopus, but my arms are stuck and I can't destroy the octopus since it belongs to the aquarium. What am I going to do? Just as Octera is celebrating her victory of capturing Bubblelina, she is suddenly blinded by a mysterious light. What is going on? I can't see a thing. Turns out Narissa blinded Octera with her glowing trident to distract her while Narissa comes to Bubblelina's aid. In order for you to escape from the octopus, I want you to scream really loud, informed Narissa. Why should I scream really loud? Questioned Bubblelina. Narissa then explains to her. When mermaids scream really loud, it emits a super vibration that causes pain in the ears of living beings, like octopuses, since some of them have sensitive hearing. Once you scream, it will grab its ears and let you go. Bubblelina agrees with Narissa's idea. Okay, here goes nothing. Then she starts to scream really loud, so loud that it caused the entire Pacific Ocean to have an underwater earthquake. Now, what should I do with the octopus? Use your healing ability on the octopus in order to get him back to normal and remove his pain. I have an ability to heal, said Bubblelina looking confused. How do I use it? Put both of your hands on the octopus's forehead and repeat after me. Magical bubbles recuperation, informed Narissa. Bubblelina put both of her hands on the octopus's forehead and said, Magical bubbles recuperation. The octopus is surrounded by healing bubbles that glows really bright, and then they begin to pop, leaving the octopus glowing while levitating for a brief minute before going back to normal. Octera is no longer blind and sees what Bubblelina is doing to her. Octopus servant. This made her really angry. You may have stopped my octopus, but you haven't seen the last of me. I will be back for my revenge, said Octera. Then she disappears in magical black smoke. Chapter 10. Hercules found his home. It's a good thing that the octopus is back to normal, said Bubblelina. Now, let me take you to the Long Beach Aquarium where you belong. Just as Bubblelina grabs one of Hercules' tentacles to take him back to the aquarium, Hercules looks at Bubblelina with a sad look on his face that he doesn't want to leave the ocean when he saw all the other octopuses swimming underwater, both big and small, being together like a family. Are you trying to tell me that you don't want to go to the aquarium, but have decided to go back to your natural habitat in order to be with your family? Said Bubblelina looking concerned. Then Hercules nodded yes. Narissa comes back to the ocean and saw Bubblelina with the octopus. It looked like you are attached to your octopus, said Narissa. The octopus started to grow on me a little, but I get where he's coming from on being close to his family, said Bubblelina while hugging Hercules. This octopus needs wide open spaces to swim and roam around in order to have better civilization. But don't worry, I'll watch over the octopus, said Narissa. Well, if you insist, said Bubblelina teary-eyed while giving Hercules one final hug and let him go. Hercules swam with the rest of the octopus and they swam away together to the other side of the sea. Farewell, Hercules, you're in good hands, said Bubblelina emotionally. Hey, where's Nicole? I took her to a nearby hospital after the octopus let her go, said Narissa. Thank you, Narissa. I owe you one, said Bubblelina. You're welcome, said Narissa. Now I need to go back to the surface to tend to Nicole, said Bubblelina. Bubblelina swam back to the surface, finds a secluded area on the beach and transports back to Melissa. Then she teleports herself to Long Beach Aquarium. When she finds Nicole lying on a hospital bed regaining consciousness, Melissa comes to her room to see if she's all right and begins to open her eyes slowly. Well, I mean, where am I? Said Nicole, slowly gaining consciousness. You're in the hospital and you were laying down unconscious on the beach when the lifeguard found you, and the paramedics arrived. Said Melissa, trying to protect her cover, even though Narissa is the one who took Nicole to the hospital. What happened to you, Nicole? Melissa, all I can remember is that I was being captured by an octopus. Then I saw some pink-haired mermaid that looks like Bubblelina, and I was unconscious. Then the rest of was a total blur to me, said Nicole. Just as Melissa and Nicole give each other hugs, William runs to the hallway with flowers and headed toward Nicole's room. William cries tears of sorrow when he sees Nicole alive and well and Ben gave her a bouquet of flowers. William still felt guilty on what happened to Nicole and shook her lightly. Nicole, are you all right? Said William in a panic. I wanted to save you so bad, but Mr. Brady wouldn't let me in. William, it's okay, said Nicole, calming William down. I'm still alive and safe. I just wanted to say I am sorry for not saving you, said William and hold Nicole's hand. It's okay, said William, comforting William. It's okay, said Nicole, comforting William. I know you can't always be there to rescue me, but you're always there in spirit. You'll always be my friend no matter what. Then she gives William a hug and he blushes. While Nicole and William having a touching moment, Melissa said goodbye to Nicole and William just and leaves the hospital and went back to the beach to have a moment to herself, looking at the ocean. Just as she looks at the ocean, she sees Hercules and all the octopuses are floating around, spending time with their families. Then she tears up in joy, looking at Hercules and his family. It looks like Hercules is happy with his family. I hope that we meet again one day, thought Melissa. This is quite an unusual but exciting day. The end. Well, this is all of Bubblelina Novel 1, A Bubbly Beginning. And I do apologize if I stutter a little as well as mispronouncing certain sentences and words. I was just trying to read this book to its entirety, and at the same time trying to get my energy up as I was reading it. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading. And I forgot to show you some illustrations inside the book. This is Bubblelina still doing her pose. And you can see the same pose in the cover. Well, this cover is more enhanced of a picture of Bubblelina. And here's a picture of Melissa Doris Robinson. And there's a small picture of her in the back cover. And you also get a picture of Serena as well as her shark manias in the back. And this is an interesting a picture of Jesus, like to thank him for everything he does, as always, as well as saving this world and being a part of our lives too. And here's also a picture of Melissa running in the aquarium joyfully and cheerfully. Well, if you are interested in purchasing this book, I'm still selling this novel for $8. And the information is still and the information in the description below if you're interested. Just click on the links below if you're interested in purchasing the books for $8. And if you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. Buy our available books. And please support us in our Patreon. We really need your support towards all of you. And we hope, and as for yours truly, myself, Queen Tina, as well as King Gabe, Big Sis Case, EJ the Supreme, and the new and Janara, as well as the new member, Chris, also known as Gil, for being a part of the Miracle, as being a part of Miracle Productions. And we will get many more and more new members to come. And I really hope you enjoyed and I really hope you enjoyed the live stream. As always, take care, everyone, and bye, everyone. And hope you have a nice, exciting day.